What is up there, YouTube? Josh the Nerdy Vapor. Hope you guys are having a very happy new year and hope you had a very good holiday season. I know it's been a little while. I've had a lot going on with the holidays and being sick and still just getting over whatever it is I had. It's been rough, and my girlfriend is pregnant with my first child, and we just found out it is a baby girl, and it's just been a lot of stuff going on. But I have been wanting to make a couple more videos at least, because I've been getting a lot of positive feedback, and I really do appreciate it, you guys. I really do. So what we are talking about today is the Infinite CLT 2 Plus. I did not show this in the close-up. There is going to be a close-up in this video, so I just want to show you the box real quick off the start. It is, if you've ever gotten an Infinite clone, it's much higher quality than that. It's a very thick, almost feel like a good jewelry box. You open it up, and it's got this nice, like, velvety, nice cushion. And then in the box, you get one of your screwdriver keychains. It's on my keychain, I think. You get them all the time. And you get a box of some silica, or a bag of some silica, some extra O-rings. And yeah, the silica is wrapped, but I don't know who would be using that nowadays. So that is the box. I just wanted to get that out of the way. All right. It's really about this guy. All right. So it puts out the vapor, guys. It does. It puts it out. So yeah, let me take a sip. Hold on. Some Red's Wicked. Oh. I get 1 day a week to come home. I get about 2 hours to myself. It's the only time I get to make a video and just have a nice drink and relax. You know, spend some time alone, relax, unwind after work. And what better way to do that than to share stuff with you guys? So, all right. What I'm going to do now is bring you to the up close. We'll go over a couple things. It is my first up close video, guys, so please be gentle. It's not the best. No. I'm going to have to get a new tripod. Finally got a hook for an adapter to put my cell phone on the tripod, but my tripod's just damn too big to try and move around because it's for my DSLR. So I'll get a new tripod, but for right now, this is what I have to work with, and I hope it does good. So, check it out real quick, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, up closely time here with the Infinite CLT 2 Plus. I'll show you guys here. So we have, let me back out a little bit because I know this is probably pretty close. Okay. So what we have here is a very black, hard to see RDA here. So here's the wide bore drip tip. And here is the adjustable 510. Really hurt. Wow. Alright, gotta give people credit for doing these on. Does have an adjustable 510. I haven't really found a need for it, but so here's this piece, and you do have the conical design on the inside, and it all goes up into this one drip tip here. Again, non-removable for it. You have these two. I'll set this aside. You have either two holes right here. And focus, dango. You have two holes, or you have these, which are huge. Okay. And you do have this nice little knurling on top here that makes it very easy to grip. I do really like that. And it's on the bottom as well. Most RDAs are so hard to get apart without having it on a mod, while with this one, because of that grip there, you can pull it right off. As you can see, I have two center center post build microcoil. This is 9 wraps each side, 26 gauge Canthal. And I was just going to show you really how to wick it and see how deep that juice well is. It is ridiculously deep. You can fit quite a bit of juice in there, you know, getting all the way down into here. Yeah, there's a lot of space in there. The 4-post design, again, makes it very, very, very easy to build on. They're not the best microcoils by far, I know. You have the air holes that come in the side here, kind of like the Plumebill. And then the deep, massive well that looks exactly like the Vulcan. And then you have 4 Phillips screws on top that I've noticed are very prone to breaking your wire, so be very careful as you're tightening your wire down on these. Alright, so there's that. You got 1 single O-ring down here. Now on the middle base you can see just how big these Cyclops slots are. I mean, they are huge. I mean, this is equivalent to a 3/32, and it's just too big, but it is long. So, yeah, there's that. So what I'm just going to do today, I am just going to re-wick it. I'm going to try and get off to the side, make it easier for myself, and we'll see how that works. So I'm just going to wick it. I use the top of my old Magneto just as a nice base to sit it on. I have some Japanese organic cotton. I'm just going to cut this right in half. It should be about perfect for the 2 width-wise. Oops. First of all, it would help if I'm doing this on camera. This is hard to do, guys. You have no idea. I'm going to cut it just about even with the edge of the post. Alright, on all sides here. So it looks to be about like that. Alright, this one may look a little long. Not a big deal. Boom. Alright. See, it's going to look like that. And then what you want to do is you want to kind of just get it lined up down in there. It will soak it up pretty nice. You don't want to jab it in. You need the airflow to be able to move around in there. Alright, so you want to just kind of set it up in there. Come on. Okay. There we go. Alright, and so that's looking like a nice little bit of cotton up in there. Little bit of cotton. Little bit. Alright. Anyway, sorry. Now, we're just going to juice it up. I'm just going to use some of my 28 Days Vape Liquid Sin Enchanted Beast. Alright, and we are going to wet this up and get that nice and saturated. Okay, ooh, that smells good. Melon. Oh, it smells really good. Alright. That should be enough just to fire it. So then you just put this back on. It doesn't matter which way it goes. I tend to leave mine more towards one side because I usually don't run this wide open, so having it more towards the side, I can close out that side and still get the airflow going right into the middle. Alright. And then you put the top back on, and you can just spin it shut a little bit and see how you can get it down to 1 hole, but that still doesn't have that much of it's got resistance, but it's nowhere near something even like what the Plumebill can go down to. Even the Stellaire, which also has a Cyclops style, it can get down to a much tighter draw than this can. Again, I believe this is made for a cloud chaser. Flavor's decent, but you know, let's take this off. I'm just gonna throw it on my. Let me tighten this. No, okay. I'm not gonna tighten it today. Throw it on here. Actually, real quick before, let's bring this up. So this is coming out to apparently changing quite a bit. 0.7. All right. So that we'll bring that up to about 27 watts to start. We should see vapor. Oh yeah. Ooh. All right. Smells good. All right. Let's put it back together here. Push it on down. All right. Let's back out, talk about it a little bit more, vape on it, and I'll give you my final opinion. All right. So there you have it. Again, I do apologize about the quality. All right. So I figured what I'm going to do is go over some pros, some cons, and I'm going to end up doing a, from now on, I'm going to do a score for each RDA, RTA, box mod, mech mod. Anything that I review is going to get a score based on 1 of 5. That's going to be taking into account price, quality of the machining, the materials used, vape quality, obviously. So all that's going to be intertwined. I'm going to go 1 to 5, usually in 0.5 increments. So I feel like a MVP 2 doing wattage. All right, so how about we go over the pros this time first? 4-post design, guys, makes it extremely easy to build on. For a new person, this is a dream. If you're just getting into rebuilding and you want something that's going to chuck the clouds, because this definitely does, and you want something that's easy to build on, that you can just do microcoils and set it on there easily, this is for you. I haven't had any issues yet with the center post block spinning, and I know I have had, you know, my very first Plume clone. The first time I tried to build it, I never got to vape on it because the center block was spinning and it was no good. Whatever, it was $10, whatever. I use it for parts now. But that, it makes it much easier to build on. The adjustable 510, it's a pro to some people. To me, I don't really care. Most of my box mods have some kind of adjustable 510 built in, and that's really all I use. So, but it is definitely a pro. It does come in 2 colors, silver and black, and it is 22 millimeters, so it sits nice and flush. Looks really good on a lot of devices, even though it is kind of tall. You know, to give you a example, here's the very juiced up Plume 1.5, and the, where's the bottom of it? There we go. So you can see the height difference there. It is a tall RDA, and that's going to lead into one of the cons. But it does look good, and it does sit flush on everything that I own. The heat fins on this actually work. They actually work very, very well. I can vape this thing at 50 watts, chain vape, drip, chain vape, drip. Doesn't get hot. Never get a hot mouthpiece. I have yet to burn my mouth on it. Even trying to take it off, there's not been a hot spot on here. Maybe right in the middle, but that's about it. And that is that's good quality in my opinion. The knurling that's on here makes it so easy to take this thing apart. Whether your hands are wet, juiced up, anything, it's so easy. You don't have to screw it onto a mod and pry the thing off. It just comes right apart without falling apart. Because I have had mods that do that, or RDAs that do that as well. The large drip well in there does hold quite a bit of juice. I don't know the exact milliliters, but I usually drip about 10 drops, between 8 to 10 drops on each side, and I can get a good 15, 16 good pulls off of it without any dry hits, and it's not leaking all over the place. That's a deep, deep juice well, and that's huge for people that want to sit there and drip with and make big clouds, which is what this thing is, in my opinion, designed for. We'll get to that too. And second to last pro is the airflow on it. The large Cyclops, the hole going through the negative post, and the extremely built-in wide bore drip tip all leads to massive clouds. I mean, it can get airy, really, really airy, But I mean, that was just a quick, didn't even take a breath before, nothing. That's just a quick pull. It produces, guys. It definitely chucks the clouds. Final Pro I have is price. I mean, it's $34.99 on Eciggity right now. I'll put a link in the description down to that. But that is a steal for an authentic mod. Sorry, an authentic RDA. And with this kind of craftsmanship, it is very, very, very well made. I have had no issues with the build quality. The screws on the deck, the 4-post design, and I've noticed this with a lot of different RDAs though, they are prone to breaking wires, so be careful. The lowest I use is 26, or lowest I have right now is 26, and that twice it did chop it, just screwing it down a little too tight. So you have to be careful. They are sharp, but as far as anything else, the build quality has been amazing. There was almost no machine oil when I got it. I did rinse it off like I always do, but for $34.99, an authentic RDA that is extremely well built and can produce, that is definitely a pro, and I would definitely jump on that. Now to the cons. No single coil options for me. I do prefer single coils for a lot of my RDAs. They're just easier to build. I like the cooler vape from it. So not having an option for that is definitely going to be a con in my opinion. But if you don't mind building dual coils, and especially with a build deck that's easy to do dual coils on, or quad, or whatever you want, it's a subjective con. No changeable drip tip, another subjective con, I guess. Some people just love that. You know, people that use chuff caps, it's a little bit smaller than a chuff cap. There's my still there. I have the chuff on that. I mean, it's smaller than that, but it's still big. And the fact that you can't change it out and use one of your own is definitely going to be counted as a con. It could be too airy for some people. That's another con there. It's just even closing it down as far as you can with the only the dot. You saw in the close-up, so it was the big slots, and then there's 2 dots. You're going to have 1 dot facing right on your coil, and that's why I just set it to there, and it's a restrictive long hit. You can't even mount along that. And not only that, and this is leading into the last con, even with it like that, the flavor is just weak. There's not many nuances. That was at 50 watts with almost no airflow. You figure that flavor would be bursting and just tasting like I'm eating a melon. No, it was, you taste melon, but it's not as good as it could be. The Freak Show, the Plume Veil, even the Still Air with the chuff cap on it, I think has better flavor. But I think what it's made for is it's a cloud chasing RDA. And that brings me to, I mean, Rip's video that he did on the CLT2, not the Plus, just the CLT2. He said it was a flavor chaser RDA, and I have to disagree with that. I know that one had a little bit smaller Cyclops, and the changeable drip tip, even though it was still the only 2 you could use, was their own big ones. I think this might be a tiny bit wider, and the Cyclops airflow being that much bigger, plus the thing being so damn tall, is just decreasing flavor more and more. And I have to completely disagree with what he said. This is made for chucking clouds. You can get so much air on this. I've used a Mutation X all the way open up. Not the version 2, but the version 1, and they are damn near identical. And the amount of air that you're, man, that burp is just sitting there. The amount of air that you're taking in. But the flavor on the Mutation X is actually a little bit better in my opinion because it's a smaller chamber. They're close. There's different nuances that you can taste on each one, but this one is just, it's missing that oomph that I would really want to vape on if I'm going for flavor. If I just want to chuck the clouds, I'll grab this and I'll have a blast with it. But so for overall, I'm going to give this a rating of 3.5. That is based on the quality, the fact that it's an authentic, the fact that it's damn near cheap. It's cheaper than a lot of clones. And the quality that you're getting out of that is superb. The vape quality brought that down well below a 4 because I just feel like the flavors are not there and they should be. This thing could be chucking clouds and flavor. There's got to be a way to do that, but I built it I built it 0.2, I built it 0.7. I haven't built it up to 1. I don't think that would increase flavor whatsoever. But it's just the flavor's not there for me, guys. Excuse me.
Let me open that up.
That was a little tight. Sorry, guys. Again, my night alone. So there you have it. Overall, I do give it a 3.5. I do think it's a good vape. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I have the Freak Show. I have the Limo. I have the Plume Veil version too that I wanted to do. Not really any mods right now besides the Vapor Shark was really the only new one I got. I will be getting the E-Leaf iStick 50 watt when that comes out, just because that blows my mind. That much power, the lipo, everything like that, for the price that it's going to be like 50, 60 bucks. I can't wait to get my hands on that. But for right now, I'm going to do about 1 video per week. I'll be able to film them on Tuesdays. So let me know what you guys want to see. I have quite a few juices too. So if you guys want me to throw in a juice review, let me know that. I've got a lot to choose from. And I'll just start grabbing juices off and just giving you my thoughts on them. Everything from top quality down to Mount Baker. So let me know, guys. Until then, I do appreciate you watching. I do appreciate you guys giving me your feedback and liking and subscribing and sharing. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the new year if this is the last video you ever watch from me, which it's going to hurt a little bit. And this happens all the time. You can't even plan that. It turns itself off. The battery, yeah. Anyway, I'll wait for that to reboot. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you have a fantastic night.